Wisconsin. This is round 7 and 8 of the Champ Series. And we finished up today at 6 o'clock at night. Everybody's at the parade downtown. And we finished up today. We had practice and qualifying. And practice, I think I finished maybe 6th. I've never been here before, so you get 2.5 laps to figure everything out. It's not much time to throw down. So finished 6th, I think. And then in qualifying, I guess I was 4th a lot of the time. And then the last lap, I gooned out and over-rotated in the last corner. They call it the glory hole corner, which I'm not sure they know what that means, but I ran it in deep to the glory hole and spun around. I haven't spun around a car, I don't think, in my life ever, and I spun around. So through that lap weight, usually with qualifying, you get 3 laps, and the 3rd lap is the fastest. The track comes to you, you get used to the track, you get used to your car, and the 3rd lap's the best. Tires just warm, everything, all that works. So that was my lap. So my 2nd lap, I'm assuming, is the one they used, and I got 6th out of that, which is fine. I don't know what the inversion is yet, but either way, it'll put me right in the mix for the race tomorrow. So
Bayer, looks like Dallas Nord is going to be, well, now he's going to take over this race lead. So yeah, Nord with a great inside line.
Okay, so Saturday at Lena, Dirt City here, we had a good start position. I think we qualified 6th, if I remember right. A little bit of an invert, put me inside row 2 on the start, and had a couple scenarios planned out, which you never really know how that's going to go. But you know, I was hoping everybody would slide outside, and I could hold the bottom tight and see what I did. Anyways, that all worked out. I stayed on the guy in front of me at the green, and he left the door open in turn 1. Not only did he leave the door open, but I hugged the bottom, and I had both lanes available, so I took the fast lane, and I just took off like the cops were chasing me. So it was pretty fun. I led, I don't know, probably 3, 4, 5 laps, something like that.
Back up front, Dallas Nord, that 74 Weller racing ride. Out front early, just trying to dust out the rest of the field, and already
Before those guys, I think I went up on the bike. CJ got around me, and then
lead another lap here. Oh, he puts it up on the bike. That's going to open the door for CJ Greaves and the right-hander. Does he have the run? Nord's going to be stuck on the inside into this left-hander. Yeah, Nord really had to get on the binder so he didn't make contact with that tractor tire. That's going to hand the lead over to CJ Greaves.
Another lap or so later, Brock got around me, and I
absolutely. Here comes Brock Hager now in the number 1 red plate. That means he was last year's points champion, trying to get around a very tough Dallas Nord here this afternoon, that 74.
I was just kind of leave him a little bit of gentle room so he can get up and race with CJ, and I wasn't on their pace this weekend, so no sense putting up a fight with some of those guys. But yeah, and then ultimately finished 4th. There was some shuffling back and forth, but you know, started picking out some good lines. I was excited for Sunday. You know, 4th is a strong finish here, and only having a couple laps on this track, I was starting to figure it out. Super fun track. It's kind of rocky, and there was some mud and some dust and some dumbness, but the track itself was pretty fun. So it's kind of a bummer that the next day, Sunday, it all kind of just fell off the rails and got in a turn 1 pileup. And so the Saturday's race put me back in 4th in points, which is cool. And then with Sunday's, you know, basically a DNF, back down to 5th in points. So not the end of the world, but you know, just kind of overall kind of a tough weekend. We got a pretty good program, and it doesn't change in 2 or 3 years, and stuff just doesn't break, and I just normally don't crash. So but you know, it's racing. You don't always get what you want. Well, here's the car report. That's clearly bent. So there's a big pile up in turn 1. Took out my race. Hit in the front. Axle's gone. 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive is gone. Clearly got hammered in the mud. And then when I got tangled up with that guy, got hit in the back. Took the radiator out. Big hole in that. Then over temped. Hopefully didn't lose the motor. I'm gonna get this car fixed up. It might need a motor. I don't know how long I ran it without me. I didn't know that it didn't have antifreeze in it. So I ran it a lap or two. And when you don't have antifreeze, I have a temp gauge, but it just reads the air. It doesn't really tell you what the temp is. So Corey said there was some smoke coming out of the car, so we pulled off, and now we're just kind of investigating. So it's all cleaned up. It's bashed up still. Needs A-arms in the front, an axle, and just about every piece of plastic is trashed on it. So it's back together. We're going to head out of town today, and then probably come back a week next week. I guess it's 2 weeks for Bark River, and you know, prep it then. See if we need an engine for it, and do that. I guess if it's suspect, I'm just going to change it, because I'd hate to think it doesn't need an engine and then have it fail at the track, and then you're up all night doing that. So I like to be prepared for the worst, and I'd rather just swap it out when I have some time than have to do it under the gun and under the light. So all right, that's what's going on. We'll peace out. We'll see you later.